Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan. And if you love Bethesda and are not a subscriber to the KingFanMan channel, why not? Hit that button. The Fallout series is full of Easter eggs and references. Movie references, TV references, pop culture references, and even biblical references. In fact, there may be more biblical references in the Fallout series than you realize. Today, we are going to look at the top 7 biblical references in the Fallout series. Now, this video will not cover Fallout 1 and 2, even though those games have several biblical references, like the Garden of Eden creation kit. I might cover those in another video. But since there are so many in Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4, there was plenty to fill up one video. So with all that said, let's jump right in. Now, even though these are not in any particular order, the first one may be the best one of all, and it's a very simple one.
Let's see. Are you a boy or a girl?
It is the Lone Wanderer's birthday from Fallout 3. He was born July the 13th, 2258. And by the way, I share a birthday with the Lone Wanderer. Well, not the year, but you get the picture. We learned that his birthday coincides with the biblical verse Micah 7:13. And this verse just happens to describe the whole Fallout series. And the earth will become desolate because of her inhabitants, on account of the fruit of their deeds.
A bright future ahead of you, son. I'm sure of it.
In the number 2 spot comes the quest Render unto Caesar from Fallout New Vegas.
I used Imperial Rome as the model for my legion precisely because it was so foreign, so alien. I'd seen what had become of the NCR's attempts to emulate the culture of pre-war America, the infighting, the corruption. Rome was a highly militarized autocracy that effectively integrated the foreign cultures it conquered. It dedicated its citizens to something higher than themselves, to the idea of Rome itself.
This, of course, comes from the Bible verse Matthew 22:21, where the disciples asked Jesus, "Should we pay taxes?" And Jesus said, "Render unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things which are God's." Well, in the Mojave, Caesar sees this as the things that he is owed should be rendered unto him, which in this case is all of New Vegas.
The NCR has all the problems of the ancient Roman Republic. Extreme bureaucracy, corruption, extensive senatorial infighting. Just as with the ancient Republic, it is natural that a military force should conquer and transform the NCR into a military dictatorship. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon, so have I campaigned and will cross the Colorado.
In the number 3 spot, we go to Fallout 4 and the quest Headhunting, found in the Automatron DLC.
I calculate a 98.8% chance that you're looking for the Mechanist. If I'm correct, and I usually am, then perhaps we can help each other with our respective predicaments.
In this DLC, you'll come in contact with 2 main robots. One is the robo-brain Jezebel, and 2 is the sentry bot Ahab. These, of course, are a reference to the biblical king of Israel, Ahab, and his evil wife, Jezebel.
Now, come on. Let's not wait around for more horrifying monstrosities.
In the number 4 spot is a Bible verse that keeps coming back and back and back in Fallout 3.
Come on over here, sweetie. Come on. Walk to Daddy. There you go. My goodness, just a year old and already walking like a pro. Your mother would have been so proud.
In fact, it is at the start of the game and at the end of the game as well. And it is Revelation 21:6. It is said to be the Lone Wanderer's mother's favorite passage.
You are quite the little explorer, aren't you? Serves me right for trying to pen you in. Come on over here. I want to show you something. See that? It was your mother's favorite passage. It's from the Bible, Revelation 21:6. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. She always loved that. All right, come on. Let's go see if your little friend Amada wants to play.
It is also used in connection with Project Purity. One other nod to this verse is the fact that the code to get into the door in Project Purity is 216, referencing Revelation 21:6. In fact, the final quest is called the Waters of Life. Number 5 comes from Fallout 3, where you find a little shack and the business Littlehorn and Associates. Inside you find 4 secretaries seated in front of Daniel Littlehorn. Behind him is the picture from Dante's Inferno. The symbolism runs wild in this room. You see, Daniel is a crook. He is bringing nothing but misery and heartache to the wasteland. In fact, his name comes from the Bible, the book bearing his very name, Daniel, and the verse 7:8, which reads, "While I was thinking about the horns, there before me was another horn, a little horn, which came up among them. This horn had eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth that spoke boastfully." The 4 secretaries, of course, are a picture of the 4 horses of the apocalypse in the book of Revelation. Number 6 comes from Fallout New Vegas and should be simple. It is the casino Gomorrah, which of course comes from the biblical city of Gomorrah. Maybe you've heard of Sodom and Gomorrah from the book of Genesis.
But Omertas are allowed to carry guns into Gomorrah. Check your weapons with me. You'll get these back on your way out.
Inside this casino, you will talk to Kachino, who makes reference to Lot and his wife, who is salty. Of course, this is a reference to Lot and his wife as they were leaving Sodom and Gomorrah, and Lot's wife turned back and was turned into a pillar of salt for her disobedience. Finally, in the number 7 spot comes from Fallout New Vegas and the DLC Honest Hearts, and this one is packed full of biblical
I
reference.
pray for the safety of all good people who come to Zion. But we can't expect God to do all the work.
But for this video, I will stick with every achievement in this DLC references a psalm in the Bible, like O Daughter of Babylon, or another one, When We Remember Zion. In fact, this is not the only references to the Psalms in Fallout. Since this is number 7, I will give you a bonus. Did you know that almost every vault in the Fallout series goes back and references a psalm? Let me give you a few examples. Vault 101. This was a vault where the overseer demanded complete obedience. Psalm 101 is a psalm about obedience. Vault 92 was a place that housed the best musicians in the world. They wanted to keep the music talent alive. Well, Psalm 92 is all about praising God in song and in music. Vault 108 was the vault that did not have an overseer. Psalm 108 is all about Israel without a leader. But probably my favorite is vault number 69. Of course, this was the one with one man and 999 women. And Psalm 69 speaks of a man being completely worn out. Well, there you have it. There are the top 7 biblical references in the Fallout series. I am so glad you stopped by the King's Corner today to get your Bethesda fix. As always, please check all my links down below. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. We also have Discord. And if you can and if you're able, as always, please consider becoming a Patreon of this channel. I would appreciate that more than you know. And if you would like to give a gift but you cannot afford being a Patreon, that's understandable, and we have another way that you can support the KingFanMan channel. There is a link called Coffee, and it's where you can give a one-time gift to the KingFanMan. You can give $3, you can give $5, you can give any amount you want, but you don't have to make a monthly pledge. So if you would like to help the KingFanMan in any way, and I would sure appreciate it, maybe that would be more of your alley. So go check the coffee link down below as well. And again, I want to thank you for all you do. Just simply watching the video, liking the video, and commenting down below. All of that means more to me than you could know. I am the KingFanMan, and I'll see you next time.